Thanks for watching FILMBuFF, really, honestly. It's fucking great.
Hello, how's it going, guys? My name is FILMBuFF. Alright, man, so today, I've got a bit of a plan laid out. Today, I hope to actually binge the final 5 episodes. I'm taking the day to get this done. Now, I'm usually against this kind of thing. I tried it once, and I tried it once in season 1. But, you know, season 3 is really close, and I'm just really excited to be caught up. But I'm going to space it out, you know. Maybe I'll do 8 and 9 back to back, and then I'll take a break and, you know, come back to episode 10, take a break, and, you know, go on from there. You know, so I'm going to be dialed in throughout the day. You know, I'm going to have my coffee, my Red Bull. It's all good. So before I go any further, huge thank you to all the amazing patrons. Thank you for your support. Thank you for sticking around. You know, a lot of you are really loyal, man. So loyal, and I really do appreciate that so much. And yeah, I hope you're enjoying the early access stuff and the full-length reactions. I'm really happy I could share those. And a reminder to anyone else, full-length reactions are on my Patreon page and early access. And, you know, I know I'm almost caught up on Attack on Titan, but this is going to apply to, you know, the next anime. I'm going to be doing early access for that, full-length reactions to that, so, you know, keep that in mind. And in doing so, you can also support me, right? And maybe I can turn this into something long-term. But yeah, so check it out. Quick recap. Quite the cliffhanger, right? I mean, I remember calling it like a rude cliffhanger because it was so sudden. Last I saw, colossal carcass, it's falling on them, right? It's probably gonna mess Eren up. So I think that's all I really need to recap there. I mean, it was a fantastic fight, you know, fantastic fight scene or episode. So let's see how it all plays out, man. Eren's gonna be messed up after that drop, man. Oh shit! He's gonna take him. Oh, that's the... Oh my god, they actually took him. Not gonna lie, this is actually pretty exciting because now I actually get to see this hometown or this place they kept trying to take him. Oh man, shit just got real. Yeah, how about that? Ooh, flashback? Yep. Oh, I think I've seen this. Yeah, from episode 1, is it? Or maybe no, maybe it's another scene.
嘘だろあれっぽっちでだったら弁償しろ
Ooh.
やめろおいそこの酒食らってる兵士さんたちよ喧嘩ぐらい止めろようるせえなガキがじゃれ合ってるだけじゃねえか
There's Hannes.
どこがじゃれ合いだよ早く止めろまあまあ大丈夫だよ多分もうすぐ俺たちより頼りになるのが来るはあ覚悟しな
Oof.
ローテーションにしとくりゃ惜しいパンチだな
Hmm.
いや、頭を強くぶつけたい。
Yeah, that concussion, eh?
なんでエレンはいつも私たちから遠くに行くんだ。
Hmm.
そういえばそうだね。エレンは昔から一人で突っ走っていくんだ。僕らを置いて。きっとそういう星の下に生まれついたんだよ。
Armin kind of... He reminds me of Krista, you know, his looks. Big blue eyes and the blonde hair. He has a feminine look, you know, to him. Hmm.
相手が3人だろうと5人だろうとお構いなしに突っ込んでったよな。
Yeah, it's been like that as a kid, eh?
止められる頃にはもうボロボロだ。ただな、勝ったところはついぞ見たことねえが、負けて降参したところも見たことがなかった。
That's one of the qualities.
何度倒されても何度でも起き上がる。そんな奴がだ。ただおとなしく連れ去られていくだけだと思うか。いや。 力の限り暴れまくるはずだ。ましてや敵はたったの2人だ。相手が誰であろうと手こずらせ続ける。俺やお前らが来るまでな。
Nicely done, Hannes. Put him at ease.
俺はあの日常が好きだ。エレンに言わせりゃ、そんなもんはまやかしの平和だったのかもしれんが、やっぱり俺は 役立たずの飲んだくれ兵士で十分だったよ。
Much easier, right?
あのなんでもない日常を取り戻すためだった。
I hear you.
俺は何でもする。どんだけ時間がかかってもな。俺も行くぞ。3人が揃ってねえと、俺の日常は戻らないからな。
Hannes is getting too much screen time, man. I have a bad feeling. Look at that, some fierce eating going on. Yeah, they look like twins almost, man. Look at this.
やっぱり君には残ってほしいんだけど。何度も言ってるけど、それは無理。ユミルがさらわれたのに、ここで待つなんてできない。二人にはわかるはずでしょ。 クリスタの言う通りだぜ、アルミ。
Fair play.
俺たちには奴らを追いかける理由が多すぎだろう。俺はまだ信じられねえからよ。 ライナーもベルトルトも敵だったなんて
I'm like Connie.
奴らの口から直接聞くまでは
Yep. Yep. I feel like Connie. I can't, man. I can't hate him yet.
リフトを下ろせ。ハンジさん。
モーブリと
Mobile.
実はここに小規模だが巨大樹の森がある。そこを目指すべきだ。まあ鎧の巨人の足跡は隠しようがないと思うけど、多分彼らはここに向かいたいだろう。
なぜだ。
賭けだけど巨人化の力があっても壁外じゃ他の巨人の脅威にさらされるようだし、あれだけ戦った後だからエレンほどじゃなくてもえらく消耗してるんじゃないか。
Good point. Good point.
兄も寝込んでいたらしいよ。彼らの目的地をウォールマリアの向こう側だと仮定しようか。さらにその長大な距離を渡り進む体力が残ってないものと仮定してみよう。どこか巨人の手の届かないところで休みたいと思うんじゃない
Good
か。
point. Good point, Hanji.
巨人が動かなくなる夜まで。
She's right.
Oh, Eren. 起きたか。
Oh shit. This is it.
夜までにこ
A
の森に
Smith's
着け
coming.
ばまだ間に合うかもしれない。
行くぞ。
All right, man. Bit of a hype ending there. It really set things up nicely for the for this final phase of the episode. Not the episode, the season. And it's quite clear that this final phase is basically the rescue of Eren, getting Eren back, and perhaps fighting the Armored and the Colossal one more time. That's what it kind of feels like. And that shot of all the scouts just getting ready right at the end, the hero shot at the top of the wall. So it looks like they're ready to get Eren back. But also on the flip side, right before the show that, they showed Eren who's finally up, like he finally comes to, and he sees Reiner and Bertolt. Now this point, this aspect of the story is so exciting to me right now because so much needs to be discussed here. Like Eren now, he's gonna have so many questions. I'm sure he's gonna be angry. Let's see if I'm gonna actually get new information. Information on Reiner and Bertolt, this mission, the hometown, all this stuff, man. It's exciting. Now, speaking of this final phase, and potential encounters in the opening, there is this scene of Eren fighting. Or not just Eren, all the scouts fighting the Colossal and the Armored. But again, I have to be careful because it is possible that this is just for the opening. It's a specially made animation just for the opening. And another exciting aspect of all of this is the fact that Eren is by himself for the first time in a long time. I think this actually might be the first time he's by himself since he found out about his Titan abilities. Because he's the moment that info got out that Eren has this ability and everyone knows about it now, he became a person of interest, right? And the commander and Levi kind of had to take responsibility for him. That's one of the main reasons they got him in the first place. They promised that they can keep him under control, they could take care of it if it gets out of hand. So there's that aspect. He's a person of interest, and the commander and Levi have taken responsibility for him. The scouts have taken responsibility, and then there's the Mikasa angle. She's like this guardian angel. She feels the need to protect him. This is not something new. This is being there from the beginning of the show. I've noticed this. She feels the need to be by his side at all times. Be there for him, protect him. And once again, this episode it became kind of clear that she does have feelings for him, beyond just friendship. She might be in love with him. But that's just one of the reasons. There's a lot of history here. You know, going all the way back to the point, you know, Eren saved Mikasa from those traffickers. Like he killed someone, you know, to save her. He's being a good friend to her. They grew up in the same household, so you know there's a lot of history there. You know, but the interesting thing here is that she doesn't really get upset, or she's not mad about the fact that Eren doesn't reciprocate these feelings. You know, Eren is off somewhere else, man. His head is not in that space. He probably doesn't even know that Mikasa has feelings for her, him. Actually, in fact, I'm gonna go ahead and say he doesn't know. There's no chance he knows this yet. Maybe at some point he's gonna find out, but he definitely doesn't know at this point. You know, but I actually find it quite refreshing that, you know, they didn't make Mikasa all like, you know, she longs for his love and like that kind of thing. You know, she there's interest, but she's fine. You know, she's fine that Eren doesn't quite return that interest at this point, at least. As of this point, all she cares about is, I just want to be close to him. But the frustrating thing, as Mikasa stated in this episode, and also, you know, it applies to Armin as well, Eren just kind of gets separated. You know, since childhood, he just gets separated, man. They just want to be together, but Eren is just off. Somehow he just always ends up, you know, off somewhere else. Oh, and that reminds me, man, before I forget this, and I go, you know, to a different point. Now, Armin's always had this feminine look about him, right? And then, you know, in that scene, that one scene I'm thinking of, he looked, you know, he really resembled Historia. You know, a lot of the same features, you know, the blonde hair and the blue eyes, and just like, I don't know, just really reminded me of Historia, man. I don't know if that's just a coincidence. But yes, going back to my original point, it's exciting that Eren is on his own in this situation. You know, it's going to be interesting to see how he carries himself and how he takes in any information that he's about to get. I'm sure he's going to be angry. And it's going to be super difficult for him to trust Reiner or Bertolt or anything they have to say, but still excited to see how he reacts to things. You know, he's not surrounded anymore. He's he's not going to have people doing the thinking for him. Basically picks up right at the beginning of the last episode. You know, the colossal carcass falls down. It was actually much more effective than I originally thought, because not only did it, you know, knock Eren out, it effectively stopped the scouts from, you know, doing anything in its aftermath. So this, you know, quick thinking by Reiner at the end of the last episode really, you know, rendered them useless, or for now at least, and allowed them to, you know, get out of here and take Eren. And, you know, like I said during the episode, I'm excited. You know, I'm excited that they took him. Now, you know, mainly because, you know, I've been hearing about this hometown for such a long time. I've been hearing about this mission, and I'm guessing this hometown is the same as Annie's hometown, or the place Annie was trying to take Eren if she had caught him back in season 1. So I'm excited, man. I'm excited about the possibilities this brings. The fact that they have Eren. You know, that being said, it is early days. You know, they just escaped, and it, you know, from the looks of it, the scouts are going to pursue them. So, you know, they're not out of trouble just yet. They have another fight on their hands, at least, to keep Eren and get out of here. Are they going to be able to do it? I don't know. And like Hannes said, it's not going to be easy because Eren's not going to make it easy for them. You know, he's going to put up a fight. He's going to annoy them, right? So perhaps I should pull back some of the expectations about, you know, getting to see this hometown, or getting to learn about this mission. Much like the basement in Shiganshina, you know, maybe it's too early for, you know, this hometown or the mission or who sent them. I mean, I'm still, you know, Shiganshina, I thought I'm going to see that in episode 1. Not episode 1, season 1, the basement in Shiganshina. And it's already kind of looking unlikely that I'm going to see it in this season, because that's just not the focus at this point. I hope so. Maybe in the final 2 episodes I might get close to it, or it might get to a point, I don't know, who knows, man. So let's get into this flashback. It's, you know, it's a major component of this episode. First of all, you know, again, nothing new here though. You know, I know how Eren is, but you know, the shows again that, you know, he's this hot-headed kid. He's always been like that. You know, act first, think later, that kind of personality. You know, so much so that in other flashbacks, I've seen his mom tell him to, you know, change this, you know, mentality, because he has to look out for people. He has to look out for Mikasa, and so, you know, it's a trait, it's a character flaw, perhaps. he's had for a long time, since childhood. But as always, Mikasa's there. She shows up in time to take that the problem he got into upon herself, and she's more than happy to do it. It's not like she of course she doesn't want Eren to get into trouble, but like if he does get in trouble, she'll be there, like no questions asked. She'll like spring to action. And another component of this episode is Hannes and his connection to these kids. He's looked after them since they're little kids. Even going back to episode 1, Grisha, Eren's father, he even helped Hannes recover from something. Now that was a long time ago, I can't remember the exact details, but he did, he helped him. I know Hannes is thankful about Grisha helping him. Something to do with his leg or his limbs or something. And it wasn't just him though, it was like a group of soldiers. But Grisha did something and he helped them, so there's that connection. And go back to present time, he's probably the closest thing they have to a father figure, I think. I mean, of course he's not the perfect father figure, but like, I'm saying the closest thing they have to a father figure, because he knows them, man. He's known them since little kids. He knows their habits. He definitely knows Eren and his habits, his rousing pep talk, that was one of the highlights of this episode. He really inspired Mikasa and Armin and instilled this new sense of purpose, and ignited this fire. So much respect to Hannes, for imparting some much needed adult outlook on things. And he knew how to get them out of this temporary slump they're in. Yeah, he's branded as this drunk, but he's not useless. He's not useless. He's this he's got life experience, and at this point in time, Armin and Mikasa needed like an adult, like an old head who can really tell them how things are. I've seen him here and there, so this episode really brought him into the limelight, gave him his moment. And he also, he reminded them of Eren's resilient, defiant nature, right? Tenacious little dude. That's one of his qualities, right? That I believe he used a story of like how he's never actually seen him beat anyone, but he's also never seen him give up on anyone. In terms of a fight, like he'll never give up. So that's one of his qualities, and he reminded them that do you guys think he's gonna just give up that easy? Do you think he's gonna make it easy for them? And he also brought up the notion of the good old times. He's more than happy to be a drunk again or a useless soldier again, because at the end of the day, those are peaceful times, right? So he made it clear that he would do anything possible to get back to those times. I know, and then he also brought up the fact that Eren would think that's like a useless existence. It's a false hope. But I guess that kind of brings up this generational gap. It really sheds the light on some of the different outlooks of humanity. I'd say a good percentage of humanity, the people inside, are more than happy to just have boring lives, and as long as they're safe, right? Inside, they're safe. They don't have to deal with them. The Titans. I think they're totally fine as long as it's peaceful times for them. That's all they need. Staying alive and having a long life, or as long as possible, given this situation. But still, that's the only thing they care about. Now, and you could put Hannes into that situation. Hannes is totally fine to have a boring life, like he said. And then there's this other generation, Eren's generation. And I think that includes people like Levi and Commander Smith. That generation is much more proactive, and they want to make a change for a better future. So they're not fine with the current situation. They don't think that's how it should be. So they're much more progressive in terms of taking it into their hands and trying to make a change for a better future, for a different future. And he said it. He made it clear that he wants to do anything possible to perhaps take it back to those days, those peaceful days. And that means he decided to come along on this rescue mission, along the scouts. Years ago, he made that devastating choice of leaving Eren's mother behind in order to save Mikasa and Eren. So, he simply cannot allow Eren to be taken. He feels a sense of responsibility to be a part of this, and lend a hand in bringing him back. Especially because he probably carries a lot of guilt over these past few years. There's been scenes of him apologizing to Eren. This happened in season 1. that, imagine carrying that kind of guilt though, right? For years, that, your decision got someone killed, or you had to make that difficult choice. All of us die, or all three of us get out of here, and then Aaron's mom dies. So he made that choice, and that's a difficult choice to make, man. He probably carries a lot of guilt. So again, he feels the need to be on this rescue mission to bring Aaron back. It can't be all for nothing, right? All of that being said, major death flag. Oh man, like major as it can get. Like, it's quite clear. The sudden focus on Hannes, especially the fact that he's gonna come along. It seems like he might be on a chopping block, man. And that sucks. It sucks that Hannes is probably gonna end up dying. But please let him have some redemption, man. This is a simple character. This is someone who's carried a lot of guilt these years. Someone who cares about Aaron and these kids. I just hope he gets some redemption. But yeah, at this point, if I was asked, who do you think is gonna die in these next few episodes, my bet's Hannes. Like, it's a major death flag this episode for Hannes. I also got to see a little bit of this rivalry, right? The military police and the scouts. It's kind of ironic because they're kind of serving for the same cause. I mean, I guess not really. The military police, they're so detached from reality. They so much so that they're joking about the Titans. They're trying to tease Levi about Titans, and a scout's never gonna be like that because the scouts know the horror of the Titans. And I was happy that Levi kind of put them in their place, because a lot of them are getting a little bit loose, stepping out of line, joking about it, and Levi shut them up real quick. But it's interesting because much like the people closer to the middle, the military police also has that same outlook. They're really detached from reality. And going off on a bit of a different point now, I remember that Connie, he stood his ground in terms of Reiner and Bertolt. At this point, he's not ready to accept that they are the enemies. I believe he said he wants to hear them say it. He wants to hear from them. So in that sense, I'm kind of on the same page as Connie, because I know they're not like the ultimate enemy, of humanity. There's so much more to it than that. But of course, for Connie, it's a different, it's a bit of a different thing, because these are some of his best friends. He's really connected over these last few years, especially him and Reiner. But again, I have to keep it in mind that might have been Soldier Reiner, that persona. But still, there's that friendship aspect there. So much so that he's not ready to just accept it, that they're the enemy. He's kind of defiant in that. Also, I saw Jean. Always fantastic to see Jean, one of my favorites. Now, I don't think he joined the military police, but he's kind of stuck here. And, it kind of sucks that he's stuck here, because you could see in his reaction how shocked and frustrated he was to find out that 3 of his 104th members, like his fellow comrades, ended up being Titan shifters, or as of this point, the enemy, right? And you see the frustration in his face, and even the commander tries to calm him down. So being in the dark, that has to be frustrating, right? And he doesn't know how the rest of them are doing. It's possible that maybe the commander asked for him to come along. So that's not that's not a bad thing. If the commander asked, maybe he sees something in Jean, right? So it's possible that maybe the commander asked him to come along, to be by his side. But yeah, at the end of the day, maybe it's not that bad that he is here, because he is in the presence of people like Commander Smith and Pixis. But I mentioned this before. He had a proper story arc in season 1. So they're focused. A lot of the focus is being on some of the other 104th members, and I don't mind that. That part, because a lot of them are so interesting, man. People like Reiner, Bertolt, Connie, Ymir, Historia. They took the focus this season. So on that front, I'm not upset at all. So it's understandable that they had to give Jean a bit of a backseat so they can focus on some of these other ones at this point. But yeah, there's a few episodes left. Maybe he's gonna get a chance to come back into the fold now, hopefully. And yeah, I think that's about it. So if you enjoyed it, please smash that thumbs up. It takes a split second and it really helps. So thank you for that. Leave your comments. Let me know what you guys thought. And a huge thank you to all the amazing patrons. Thank you for your support. Thank you for being so awesome, and thank you for sticking around. I really do appreciate it, and I hope you've enjoyed the early access stuff, the full-length reactions. Super happy I can share those. And a quick reminder to anyone else, if you would like early access or full-length reactions, uncut, beginning to end, check out my Patreon, and perhaps I can turn this into something big, you know, something long-term. But yeah, man, thanks for checking this out. Like I said, I've got a marathon ahead of me. But yeah, man, thanks for checking it out. Take it easy.